Welcome back, everybody, to some Fireside coverage. This time, not RGL6s or Highlander. We're going to be going straight down to 4v4 pastime for the passtime.tf draft show match between Assworms Inc. and the Goblin Jacks. That's an El Clasico, except, well, Assworms Inc. should have been W Ball Stars, but that's okay. We got Kibble Bites leading that crew. We got Tomato Tom leading the other one. I'm Siyo, joined by Zach. Before we get into things, gotta quickly shout out our memberships, shout out our Prime subs. If you have your Prime, use it on us. We were able to recently go to the land thanks to all of your guys' help by subscribing to our memberships platform on, what was it? Fourth wall. So, exclamation mark subscribe, go check it out. If you have a Prime sub, use it on us. Okay, enough selling out, get straight into the action. We are on Maple as the first map. It's been in recent development and has been played in Pugs, but has never seen the light of an RGL tournament. Zach, I'm excited because this is my first time ever watching Maple.
Yeah, I think just based off of like a cursory glance, this map definitely looks a bit interesting. It is one of the most, if not, I think it is the most open map in all of Pastime, honestly. I mean, there's no giant pillar in the middle, there's no weird pillars on the sides, it's just two trenches, an open mid, and I mean, it seems like there's going to be a lot of sync jumps, I think, is going to be the play here. And it doesn't look too much in favor of demos, kind of how we've seen a lot of the other maps, that it's very demo heavy. But these ones definitely feel like they're kind of forcing demos to take a step back, but I haven't frequented the Pugs. I haven't played any Pugs, actually. I have not played this map in Pastime Pugs at all. So I guess we'll see. We do have two very strong demos here of Cringy and Speakers on demo here, waiting to start the action. One team is red. Both teams are ready, actually.
Whoa!
So
let's quickly run down the rosters momentarily. We got Goblin Jacks, got Caden, Tomato Tom, Danmark, Cringy as your Demo Man specialist. On Assworms Inc., we actually have a medic, two soldiers, and no, just for the buffs. We got Kibble Blight, Cyclops Guy, Xer, and Speakers as the Demo Man specialist. Take it away, Zach.
Yeah, and as you're talking about these buffs here, it's immediately Kibblebite's getting taken down very weak in terms of health. Cringy's gonna get false spooned, though, a little bit of a butter spoon from Xer. But Danmar's chilling behind this little, I guess I would call it a shield, but it doesn't even matter because Cyclops Guy is gonna pull up right from the right side there, kind of just get in between the entire team. Not really gonna make a difference what their defense does on the side of Goblin Jacks, and they're going to lose that first round. Assworms able to find that nice clean goal, and now the ball is loose on the left side of the Assworms part of the map, but it doesn't matter because Cyclops Guy tries to go in. He doesn't quite make that pass. The ball is now in the hands of Speakers, who's trying to throw it over towards Kibblebites, looking for an angle.
Oh, he doesn't have a pipe loaded, so he has to pass it off to Cyclops Guy Speakers. But Speakers and Cyclops Guy, their assists to each other will be thwarted by Danmark and Cringy. So Goblin Jacks, they're trying to get this ball and keep it away from the remainder of the Assworms players.
Cringy's just in.
He gets denied.
Oh my! The pass gets saved, but it doesn't even matter. I'm not sure if that was a beat from Tomato Tom or what, but maybe it was just a lucky last-second save from the side of Assworms.
Tom with the interception!
Who knows? Yeah, Tom's got that interception there. He's looking to pass it over towards Danmark. Now who's tossing it back over towards Caden? Might be at an angle to pass it towards Cringy. Yes, he is. Cringy going to be walking forward, pipe jumping in. Not quite able to get it into the goal, but I don't think it matters because he made so much space for the rest of his team to come in, and Tomato Tom is able to find that goal, now tying it up between Assworms and Goblin Jacks at 1-1.
One thing that Goblin Jacks have been very good at whenever they played in the Cups is just their team-coordinated aggression. They don't rely on solo plays, and Tomato Tom proving just why there.
Yeah, Tomato Tom definitely proving that solo plays not always the best option in your pastime arsenal. But that said, the Goblin Jacks team is down 3 players. There is no defense. It is just Danmar stuck in the middle of the map. But I think that was a beefed.
It's a runaway.
Just bomb off the ball. Yeah, runaway. And not quite able to find that goal that he was looking for, most likely. Tomato Tom going to be passing it over towards Cringy, who's in the left corner, trying to get a pipe jump, but he's going to take himself down there, unfortunately getting knocked down to very low HP. Now, Caden passing it over to Tomato Tom on the left side here. It's now loose. Never mind, it's in the hands of Danmar. Throws it now loose on the left side, but Cringy's able to find his footing here. Goes towards the goal here off a nice pipe jump, and it doesn't even matter that they've got 2 people sitting on the goal. He finds that tiny little opening and is able to toss the ball straight in right between the legs of all the defenders on Assworms, now putting Goblin Jacks in the lead.
Exer is going to take the ball. It's going to be thrown into the Assworms court. He's going to assist it over to Speakers, but it gets stolen by Exer, or Cringy that is, and Cringy will be able to get that goal. Cringy is one of those players that have been up and coming in the scene so far. He made a statement in the last Draft Cup leading his team to the victory, and now he's proving it why he is one of the best players that are up and coming right now. He's got insane potential.
Absolutely, and I think during the last cup, he was actually the last pick, and everybody immediately regretted it after they saw what he was doing on demo, you know, from what I've heard. But as we're saying that, a beautiful pass sequence coming in between Tomato Tom, Danmar, and Caden, all of which playing their crucial roles, getting that ball into the goal. Now giving Goblin Jacks a 3-point lead over top of Assworms here, making it 4-1. That ball now in the hands of Kibblebites, looking to pass it back towards, I believe this is Speakers here, jumping forward, faking the pass though, going to be passing it over towards Cyclops guy, who is going to get taken down. Very nice denial, yeah, indeed. And now ball in the hands of Cringy, going for a pipe jump. It's only one defender, and Exer's able to find the air shot. Will they be able to find the defense though? Will Rocket Spam save them? I don't think Rocket Spam saves them, but the body block does. And now the Cyclops guy going deep. It's all up to Cringy here. He's able to steal that ball away. He's not going to let that goal happen anytime soon. Now it's Exer going for that ball, trying to delay and pressure as much as possible. The ball now going high into the middle, now towards the right side. Danmar beefing his bomb, taking himself out by going back for the ball, but the ball pressure is now deep on the side of Goblin Jacks. One here, but the hit shot from Tom comes out, now giving Goblin Jacks that little bit of relief that they might just need. Extra very low HP here, going to be passing it over towards Speakers, going for the pipe jump here. Oh, he passes it all the way back towards Cyclops guy. He's passing it towards Exer. Now Exer getting bombed. Now passing it over towards Speakers. The ball is in his hand. He's looking for an angle. Passing it over towards Kibblebites. He's going to be walking in. Exer going to be able to stop that.
Get anything going.
Going to be able to stop that goal there. And now Speakers has gone down. Ball in the hand of Caden. Looking for an angle here. I mean, we've seen it time and time again. That ball's just been inside of that corner. They haven't really been able to break out just yet, so this might be the time they do. Danmar up in the air, almost beefing his bomb, but able to find somebody to pass it to. Caden with ball in hand, now going to be passing it over towards Cringy in the left corner, and he goes in. He misses the throw. Oh no, and he gets spooned by Exer. Now Tomato Tom, ball in hand, tossing it over to Danmar, and he goes in and he gets it, giving Goblin Jacks the first round.
Man, it's just so crazy at how many layers there are in the Goblin Jacks attack. There's never a single time where in the defensive Assworms they're able to stop the ball from being passed to a Goblin Jacks player, whether it be a respawner or a member of the attack. There's always an infinite amount of Goblin Jacks players ready to pounce on that Jack.
Yeah, Goblin Jacks really likes to have the strength in numbers when you consider their performance around the ball. And I think it's really working out for him. But as we say that, it's going to be, I believe, Assworms is actually going to fail a little bit of a failed goal here. Exer going to get taken down. Now it's just one man alive. Speakers doing his damnedest to try and prevent them from getting into the goal. But Cringy is able to grab the Jack. Not quite able to surf it in, maybe like his team was hoping for them to be able to do, but that's going to be Tomato Tom passing it back towards Caden, and now Caden is looking for that goal in, and they're going to be able to jump right on forward and take that goal home, making it 1-0 for Goblin Jacks in the second round.
It's crazy at how many times... Yep, you leave yourself guessing about which player they're going to pass to, because there's always different avenues that the Goblin Jacks have for these attacks, but at the start, it's always Assworms ain't getting the ball, but they can't seem to convert.
Well, as you say that, Curse of the Caster, I guess, Exer is able to just find his way in through the top left. Goblin Jacks.
We lost that, but that's okay. action is still going to keep going with or without him. But we got the ball taken by the Goblin Jacks, and Caden's going to do a self-bomb off of the Jack, but isn't able to get enough distance and has to abort that plan. And it's going to be tossed back to Tom.
Pretty deep. Uh-oh. Danmar
You're back.
looking for a pass, able to find Cringy. Cringy's not really able to do anything here, though, so he's just going to try and throw it towards Caden. Caden now knocking it towards his side, trying to relieve some of that pressure that is coming in from Assworms Inc. here. And it's working out very well in their favor, but never mind. It's going to be a steal coming in from Speakers, able to land that interception.
Home.
Yeah, but I don't think it matters all that much because the ball is now loose on the left side of the Assworms Inc. spawn, but they are able to take down all the players. Exer, you can't get away with that. He's going to find the guard on the Cringy, and now it's 3 spawners up on the side of Goblin Jacks here. Might be able just in time to defend, but no. Cyclops guy going to thread the needle with that goal, making it 1-2 in favor of Assworms.
Tight margins there. Tomato Tom wanted to go for that interception on the pass to Cyclops guy, but Cyclops guy just too quicker than the rocket jump of Tomato Tom's.
Yeah, too quick there in the ball. As we're talking right now, there's so much pressure inside of the spawn of Assworms, but it doesn't matter because that all-out brawl for the Jack over there kind of prevents the rest. Wait, Cringy with the delay, looking for an angle, not quite able to pass it over to anybody, but I don't think it matters. He's finding the pass onto Caden, and he gets taken out by the caper. The ball now in the hands of Danmar.
It's all
doing
up
a
to him.
bomb, and he gets the goal, making it 2-2.
The fast break from the Goblin Jacks, that all started from Cringy delaying the fast break of the Assworms Inc. Had he not delayed that with the pipes, we could have seen Assworms taking a more sizable lead here. But it's tied up now. And I think this might actually go for Assworms Inc. There's no spawns here. They're getting the spawns finally for the Goblin Jacks though, Zach.
Yeah, the delay there from Danmar was actually rather important. I think if he wasn't able to delay that ball and knock it over into the corner, they would have been screwed. X are going to be able to find that guard angle in onto Tomato Tom, but it is and I believe Danmar in trying to pressure a little bit. Danmar able to get that interception. Now passing it up towards Cringy, who's coming in from the top rope on the left side. Now passing it over to the right side where Caden is open. Ball gets knocked up into the air, though, as they find the pick onto Caden. And now Exer has ball in hand, tossing it towards Cyclops, who's looking in. Might be going for Speakers here. Yes, he will. Speakers is going in deep. Not quite able to get in, though. I believe air shot down. Cringy just waddling through mid, going for the pipe jump. Nobody's there to defend. But Cringy beeps. Will he be able to get the rebound, though? Yes, he will. He's going to be able to find that goal. Now putting Goblin Jacks in the lead by 1 point.
There you go. There you go. There you have it. Finally, the stalemate has been broken between the two teams. And Goblin Jacks, Maple is looking like it's all theirs. But Cringy, he's going to try to add a little more pizzazz, but has to throw it back to Danmar. Going to throw it now to Tomato Tom. No, actually going to throw it to the right side on Caden, who's sliding on the surface. The waves are good today for
Caden!
Oh my God, Caden!
There's no way he just gets away with that. He was virtually uncontested.
Dude, it's these fast breaks. You have multiple options to pass it to on the offense if you're Goblin Jacks. And Cringy, once again, there's 3 people on the attack.
The Hail Mary rocket defends it.
That's a good defense. You can do that. That's a viable strategy. Shoot the rocket, hope the splash knocks the ball away and turns it neutral before it gets to the goal.
I mean, I've seen it done before, but I've never seen quite a Hail Mary like that one. Speaker tries to go in and intercepts the pass, but it's going to be Danmar able to save the goal. Tomato Tom almost dying here, going to be able to toss it over to the right side. Caden with ball in hand just above the goal, looking for an angle. Probably not going to be able to find anybody here, but he's able to find it to Danmar.
Slam dunk!
And he lands in, getting it 2 rounds for Goblin Jacks.
What does this mean for Kibblebyte's legacy? What does this mean?
Imagine Speakers with a low taper fade family.
And that's what I'm saying.
Well, going into this mid here, I mean, we're seeing Goblin Jacks has a little bit of problems kind of getting initial congestion on the ball, and I think that's where they struggle the most. In every other regard, I think they're pretty much beating Assworms here. I mean, defense, goals, scoring potential, but as we say that, Speakers is going to come in from the top rope and find a nice goal, kind of, you know, mostly in part due to their success on mids. And I think if Assworms is able to continue exploiting their mid victories here and just go in rapidly, as we see right there,
That was close. That was a close call there, but they do deny it. And Caden, he wanted the speed shot. He wanted that speed shot, but he turned it neutral with his own rocket.
Cyclops guy gonna find a pick onto 2 players there as well. Cringy dead. Tomato Tom! What the hell? He's able to get in for free. Just waddles forward, grabs the ball, and jumps in.
One thing that I want to say about this map on Maple is that there is a very few limited amount of places where you can trip as a Demo Man, and so is the same for the C-tap pipe jump. So the Demo Man is limited, but Cringy does not seem to be bothered by the layout of this map.
Yeah, Cringy, I mean, I feel like during previous cups he was one of the only demos to actually lab or theorycraft on some of the maps. So, you know, maybe he's one of the only few players to lab and theorycraft on this map as well. Time will tell if we do see speakers pull out some interesting tech, but that said, right off top of this mid, Kibblebites with the ball in hand, going to be able to find that angle, but not actually going for the goal, rather opting to pressure here, yeah. Didn't want to go in for that goal too early, didn't want to get too greedy, but unfortunately, yeah, that's going to lead to a beat. And wait a minute, that ball is now in the hands of Danmar, who's in Assworms' goal for free. He's going to get that goal, and he's going to kill bind, able to respawn just in time for this mid, I do believe. Speakers dying a little late there, gonna make winning this mid for the Goblin Jacks a little bit better, and possibly Xer getting the garden on Caden. Now Danmar ball in hand. They're gonna hold it inside of their part of the court here, just looking, waiting rather, for a appropriate time, but the ball gets knocked loose. Tomato Tom is alone on their spawn. The Goblin Jack's goal is wide open now. Nobody's home, and Xer finds that angle and is able to jump right on over. I believe that was Caden or Danmar's head there, and just get the ball in and get a free goal for his team. Almost tying it up now, 3-2. Still in favor of the Goblin Jacks.
Xer!
Wait a minute, Xer.
He's got a chance here. Oh, the splash!
What a rocket!
Turns it neutral.
It stops. Wait a minute, but look at Cyclops guy! Oh my god! Cyclops guy comes in out of nowhere and finds the goal in from the left side. They're taking advantage of this chaos that they're creating with all this pressure. Yeah, they're
just
having
need somebody to come in late into the fight and they can score.
Danmar's able to get an interception there, which is a little beneficial for Goblin Jacks here. Now Tomato Tom sitting in his back left corner, looking for someone, waiting for somebody to spawn perhaps. He's going to be forced to throw it out towards Cringy, though, since he has no HP. Now it's Caden bombing in from the top right side. Self bomb, he air shot, he is going to go down for it. Tomato Tom right inside of the Assworms court, though, on their side of the map. Now Danmar ball in hand, tossing it back towards Tom. Tom now with an open goal, tosses it back towards Cringy. Cringy is now the one with the open goal, but he's not quite able to find the angle. And now it's Caden forced to play all the way back on his side of the map here. It's Speakers going in with the self bomb, not quite able to get it with a rocket. Saves the goal from going in. Now it's Cringy. It's an interception from Cyclops. It's an interception from Danmar. And now the ball's going across the court into the hands of Tomato Tom, and he scores again, making it 4-3 in favor of Goblin Jacks.
My god, that is one of the messiest rounds you'll ever see in pastime, but my goodness, did it go in a flame of fury right there. Tomato Tom, once again, coming in late. He scored 4 goals just playing spoiler to the Assworms party.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of delay we're seeing from these teams is incredible. And I think we're seeing some execution of delay on this map that I feel like would not be possible on any other map, solely because of the openness of it and how long it actually takes to get from one side of the map to the other. Danmar's going to be able to find that pass. Yeah, Danmar's going to be able to find that pass onto one of his teammates. I can't even read.
In front of 4 defenders? The whole entire team?
Somebody check his PC, I think, maybe? He's got Pastime Jack aimbot or something. There's no way that he is just able to score that for free. I mean, he walks in between 3 defenders and he throws it between all their legs.
My goodness gracious, that is a statement to make on a show. Now, granted, it is a show match, but there is some lore here with the Kibblebites and the Pastime Discord. You know, this guy was unbanned recently, and there is definitely a brewing rivalry that dates back to the first RGL Pastime Cup between the Assworms and the Goblin Jacks. But funny that we say that, because originally, Xer was a part of the Assworms Inc. crew. He was one of those 3 players that stood beside Kibblebites, but now he's fallen over to the dark side, the Goblin Jacks. Nobody wants the Goblin Jacks to win continuously. They want a new champion, but I don't think it's going to be happening today, despite it being a show match. So
It's just like RGL, how everyone wants Froyo to lose, but like there's nobody else that kind of exists to really contest them, which is a bit unfortunate. I'm hoping we have... Yes, we do have the more TF logs.
I will guess without looking that probably Cringy was the highest scorer, but Tom had like 4 points where he like came in way late after the initial attack by the other Jack players and just stole the ball as the last man standing and scored it. So it's either gonna be Cringy or Tom. I'm gonna go with Cringy though.
Actually, Cringy's only the third highest scorer, sharing joint third with Cyclops and Caden. Danmar has 5 goals and Tomato Tom has 4.
What? Wait, Danmar's the top
has
scorer?
5. Yeah, Danmar's got 5 goals.
You know what? I love it how contrary I was saying earlier that Demo Man is slightly nerfed on Maple, and that I said that they shouldn't be having a lot of opportunities to score, but yet I still predicted Cringy would be the highest scorer. I think that's just how much aura this guy has around him, because he actually had a bunch of aces in the last draft cup, if you remember casting that Zach.
Yep.
So I expected, regardless of the layout of the map, that he would still be able to shine. Now, that doesn't excuse the other 3 players that are just as capable as him, but he is an up-and-comer, I gotta say.
Cringy has definitely made a name for himself inside of the pastime community. I mean, multiple aces against very highly regarded teams, multiple aces against multiple teams in general. During cups, during the RGL Cup, I'm pretty sure he had several aces as well.
Yes, sir.
There's so many things that Cringy has done that have really put his name out there as a strong player in the realm of pastime. He's a hot commodity when it comes to getting a player rostered. I mean, a lot of people want Cringy on their team because he's so strong with demo. It just makes sense to find somebody like that on your team, and Goblin Jacks here found themselves, I would say, very lucky to have somebody like Cringy, especially with the dynamic we're seeing them work with in this game. Their teamwork is second to none right now, and I feel like this is even better than some of the teams we saw in the actual the previous draft cup we had covered.
No, I definitely agree with you. It's just a matter of the Assworms thing. Remember the fact that these guys have not played together in a while, and I mean, neither has the Goblin Jacks. Most of these players just play with each other in punts, but Exer and Kibbleblaze and Cyclops, they have played with each other in the past, but it just doesn't seem to be clicking right now. Maybe they just need a few more sets, or reps, I mean, together, and then eventually they'll pick it up. But straight out of the gates, Goblin Jacks, they're here to make a statement, Zach, and I don't believe that they're going to let off the gas anytime soon.
Well, I'd hope not, because Goblin Jacks here has a strong lead coming into the second map here, and we didn't get to talk about it very much. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. We didn't get to talk about it very much before the actual match started, but this is a best-of-5 series, so I believe whoever takes home the first 3 maps, unless they're doing some weird, wonky stuff where they just play all 5 maps anyway, whoever takes home these first 3 maps is going to be the winner of the Draft Cup. Now, I don't know if there's any like prizes or anything, but I'm pretty sure this is all just for show, all for funsies. But that said as well, I want to take a quick gander just at the upcoming maps that we'll have. This map might be a bit familiar to some of you. This is Greenhouse. This is something that was covered both in the RGL Pastime Cup and in the, or actually, I don't even think this was the RGL Cup.
This was in the second one. Cup. It was in the second one, yeah.
Ah, okay. This map is one that's well known in the pastime community. A lot of players have touched on this map. They kind of know what they want to do. And I think this is a lot more of a staple. So we'll definitely see a lot more team cohesion from Assworms, even if they are kind of just a show match team. they don't have possibly their full intended roster. But it does look like we're going live here. But before we do that,
We got to
I'm
do a
pretty
radio
sure.
cast here. We got
Yeah,
this, brother.
unfortunately, our production has crashed, so no cameras. I
There's
do
a
believe
pause,
they've
actually.
paused for our production. So shout out players. Some of the few people that actually pause for the production issues. But yeah, looking at the maps, another one that I haven't even heard of because I don't really frequent the pastime community.
What's the other
Man
one?
Damm.
I've never heard of Van Damme, actually.
This one is like completely brand new, and I feel like
Do we know who developed it?
I have no idea.
This is an Owen map, apparently. This is an Owen 608 map. Yes, I did. And Owen 608, who actually did play at the recent RGLN, is apparently the maker of this map. So I know that Owen, Bobby Joe, there's a few map makers within the community. For example, I think Xer was the maker of Stadium and Stonework. Jaguar was the maker of the original and the oldest map so far that is commonly played in Pugs, which is Arena 2. Shears made Plexiglass, and Bobby Joe made Aquarium. I just don't know if this might be Owen's first map actually that is going to be seen in competitive play to some degree. So interested to see how this map plays out. So thank God it's a BO5 because we get to see the map in the first place. I'm just curious to see because I have never loaded up this map. So this stream is where I'm going to be seeing it for the first time, Zach, and I'm very curious to see because each map has its own specific nuance. Like for example, on Aquarium, there's a bunch of medic speed boosts. So Stadium used to have a really good shrimp, but now it's no longer there. I think we're back.
Yet again, yeah, these players are now moving. Everybody's moonwalking around the map. So that said, let's get this show on the road here. Caden going to be trading out with Xer, and Cringy's going to be able to find that pick on a Kibble Bites immediately. It's just so open on the side of Assworms part of the court here. Unfortunately for Goblin Jacks, though, one of their players gets a little baited and receives the ball as they die, so it gets knocked up loose. And now the ball is in the Goblin Jack side of the court, and they don't have anybody that is able to defend the ball or defend the goal effectively. So right off the bat, we've seen Assworms take home a one-round lead, and it's hardly been like 20 seconds. So right off the bat, Assworms is just dying. Nobody's home.
They all died on the mid-fight, so there's nobody to defend the goal.
Nobody's home right there. So Cringy's just able to kind of waddle forward. I believe he stole the ball away from Tomato Tom, who was going for a self-bomb.
Here we go. Ball's going to be stolen.
The ball knocked loose in the right side of the Goblin Jacks part of the court here. Danmar able to grab it, now tossing it to the right side in the hands of Caden, but no, Caden messes up the bomb a little bit. He is able to salvage and grab the ball again, tossing it to Tomato Tom just before he dies. Cringy begging for that pass, now tossing it towards Danmar potentially. No, he's just going to walk forward.
Cringy, you're going to walk me like a dog in the park.
Nobody wants to go forward.
I know.
Nobody wants to even, like... Nobody even tries to read Cringy there. Nobody tries to defend, and they just let him throw it in. I mean, all the soldiers just bomb past the point. I don't know if he baited them out or what here, but yet again, it's a full...
Oh, it resets!
The ball got knocked into the reset. Oh, no.
Assworms are going to be counting their lucky stars after that, because that would have been a breakaway goal for the Goblin Jacks. They've been wiping Assworms on all these mids. It's a complete difference to Maple.
Yeah, this is an absolutely astounding kind of 180 we've seen. But at the same time, this map is definitely designed more so without the intention of nerfing Demo. This map definitely enables him a little bit more. It also... It's more close quarters. There's not a lot of open areas that don't encourage fighting. It's a lot more closed in. It's smaller, and it's a lot easier to kind of take these battles. I mean, as you see on these mids here, it's like a 2v2 every single time, so you're guaranteed to lose half your team if your fight just goes poorly.
Oh my
Cringy
goodness,
doing
look
a
at that
self-bomb. This is what I mean by Cringy is a demo pioneer. Look at the movement this guy does. You don't ever see other demos do this.
It's a full wipe.
They
gotta go.
They gotta go. unfortunately, Goblin Jacks will not have any spawners here, so they will have to concede a goal, but they are still up by 1 point, so I do believe Speaker's almost dying here. Now will die, pinched down by Caden and Tomato Tom. Air shot equals win. They hit one onto Cyclops Guy. Now Cringy bombing forward, doing a Hail Mary. Kibblebite's able to jump up and defend that goal effectively. Speaker's trying to go in, not quite able to. Wait, never mind. He baits out the jump from both soldiers and is able to thread the needle very quickly and get that ball in. Very nice. Ooh, excuse me, hiccups again. Very nice play from Speakers there. Now Xer finding that garden right off the top of the mid, able to toss it over to, I believe that was Kibblebites there. Now the entirety of Assworms has died, but they do have spawners coming up sometime relatively soon. It's going to be Tomato Tom trying to bomb forward, but he is going to mess it up, knocking the ball neutral. Caden with ball in hand, now looking over back towards Danmar. Oh my, air shot, Cyclops, hello, check his PC, somebody able to knock that ball back towards mid. Now Cringy ball in hand, looking to throw it towards somebody, but he is going to get taken down by Xer, and so is Caden.
Here we go.
Two birds with one stone. Now this is a lot more back and forth that players want to see.
Cyclops doing it all by himself.
Cyclops now tossing it back towards Xer, but it doesn't lock. Kibblebites with ball in hand has to lock it on to Xer now, who's going. Oh my
goodness! Dragon Ball Z.
Oh my god! If you know, you know. That's some Dragon Ball Z kind of play right there. Xer beeping the garden. Cringy able to manipulate the surf perfectly. Now Tomato Tom for Caden with bomb in hand. Oh my god!
Mission begins in 10 seconds.
Oh my god!
Me. Everyone from Goblin Jacks is popping the hell off right now, Zach. I'm loving it. This is what we want to see in a show match.
This is what you want to see. This is the kind of stuff you need to have happen in a show match. Just kind of raises, you know, awareness, I guess, for lack of a better term, about, you know, pastime. It really gets people going. They see this really intense action. They realize they can get in on this too. But as we're saying that, Cringy trying to walk forward, going to get taken down by Speakers. The caber does come out, but there's so many players alive in comparison. Never mind. As soon as I speak.
Good wipe.
Yeah, amazing wipe. Wait, Cringy's going in though. Tries to land onto the ball here, but goes a little too deep. Oh,
Xer,
my air
above
shot!
the goal!
Top, but it doesn't. Oh, my air shot equals lose.
The Euros love going for the air shots.
Yeah, well, the Euros also like to kill each other fully before they ever do anything ever. So here, unfortunately, it doesn't really apply as flashy as it is. But Cringy, hello? Is someone going to stop this man? I suppose not, because he is able to hit the nastiest self-bomb I believe I have ever seen in any game of pastime, and
mission begins in 10
he just gets in for free, over and over. He just gets in for free. Oh my god! And Cringy's going so high up. Oh, fails the edge bug and is actually going to die for it here, dying to Kibblebites. Ball. Now neutral on the right side of the Assworms.
Who has to resub.
Oh, Danmar doesn't quite grab the ball. Yeah, he beefs. And that's a spoon attempt coming in. Now a score attempt coming in from Tomato Tom, trying to just put as much pressure as humanly possible. But that's another interception coming in from Tomato Tom. It's going to die for it, but Danmar has the ball in hand. And now I believe Caden is just sitting inside of their spawn. It's 3 players, actually 4. I think the demo even jumped up to try and defend it. Danmar able to find that garden onto Speakers. Xer finding a garden onto Cringy in return. Now there's no demos in play at all. Xer gets a double garden onto Tomato Tom as well.
Goblin Jacks on Goblin Jacks violence right there.
Wait a minute, but look, it's Caden coming in from the top rope. He's going to be able to find that goal. And Tomato Tom finds the garden on the Cyclops guy as well. Oh no. Danmar finds the garden onto Speakers. Very crucial to have a early pick here.
To get all these gardens.
Exactly. One of the more, I mean, it would make more sense
the theme of the map's name.
That's true. That's true. Gardens on Greenhouse. Cringy's going in, trying to steal that ball away, but he is on 3 HP here. Not going to be able to really do much. Does get taken down by Kibblebites here. Speakers going forward, trying to find something. Is going to crater on the ground here, but he is going to be able to toss it back towards Cyclops guy. The ball gets knocked up loose on the left side here. Now settling in mid. Cringy going to get the shield bash kill onto Xer. Ball in the hands of Cyclops guy. Actually, never mind. The ball is no longer in his hands. Now Speaker's going to get taken out. Ball loose on the right side. And that's
Exer!
Exer coming in from the top rope.
No,
able to
the
blast
accidental
onto
lock!
him, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't go in, and now Exer. Oh my God.
He meant to score it, not lock on the kibble bites.
Oh no. And now it's Caden deep in, making a lot of pressure for his teammates, but it doesn't matter because Exer responds by hitting a garden kill and steal onto Danmar, and now the players on Goblin Jacks are really kind of forced to recoup here. Tomato Tom is in too deep. He is going to die for his trouble here. Danmar sitting on top of the mid, and it looks like Hayden and Danmar are just trying to bully Assworms as much as they can. Danmar bombing forward is probably going to die for here, or sorry, Caden bombing forward is probably going to die for that there. Speaker is very weak. The ball is in the hands of Kibblebites, who doesn't actually lock it onto anybody, and Kibblebites goes down, and now it's Cyclops guy trying to contest the ball, gonna get taken down. Speakers with ball in hand, possibly looking to toss it back towards their spawn. Yes, he is. Now, I believe this is Kibblebites jumping out to defend. Cringy getting juggled. You hate to see it, but look at all this juggling that Danmar is doing. Tomato Tom unfortunately doesn't grab the ball. He's not able to find that goal, and there's so much pressure, but not enough conversion coming out from Goblin Jacks right there. Unfortunately, a fail bomb coming out from the side of Speakers, so now Goblin Jacks has ball in hand. Cringy narrowly able to avoid getting Garden there. Now Danmar coming in from the top rope, not quite getting the ball magnetized all into him, but it doesn't matter as Cringy is able to pass it up towards Caden, who does get taken down, but Tomato Tom with ball in hand could be passing it over towards Cringy. Cringy looking for an angle, possibly trying to get it in. No, he's going to be throwing it over towards Danmar. The reset comes in. Danmar is in. No! Air shot equals win! Kibblebites is able to take him down, and now Caden with ball in hand. This is complete chaos we're witnessing right now. It's just one person in, one person in, one person in. Now Speakers, I believe this is Cyclops guy coming in. Now Exer with ball in hand is going to get taken. Oh, he's going to live.
This is crazy. Just back and forth, back and forth. People are just doing it out here in the greenhouse in the middle of the point. But Cyclops, he wanted to run away with it, but he got air shot.
Cringy has the ball, tracked onto him. He's trying to go in. It's pumped up as the 9.
Here we go.
He passes it towards Caden. Caden is in. He gets the shot. The ball's in the hands of Tomato Tom. He's down. And now it's Danmar, the last man standing, the last bastion. Is he able to defend it? Extra above the goal.
There's Tom.
Tossing it towards Kevin. No. And they're able to get in and get that goal. Only took about 4 minutes.
Well, I gotta say, that is one of the longest rallies that I have seen in a pastime match. In a rally, when I mean that, I say like teams are just going back and forth between each other and not able to score.
Yeah,
here we go. Cringy's on the lead,
Cringy. Wow, Cringy almost able. I think that would have been a panacea if he was able to hit it. I'm not too sure.
He was doing the leaf strat where you just sit above the goal, or you sit above the spawner. I mean.
Yeah. I see what you mean. Cringy tries to go for the pipe jump, but eats a pipe from Exer instead, and then eats another downward rocket. That's going to be Tomato Tom trying to bomb forward and pressure, but it's not going to really matter as Exer's in above the goal. Nobody able to defend it, and he gets that slam dunk right on in. Come on and slam, he says. He wants to get that goal, and now it's an all-out brawl between Speakers and
Leaf shot again. Oh no, Cringy got hit by the kill bump. He tried to go for the leaf shot, but he instead got hit by the invisible death boundary.
Oh, you hate to see it. He found the death barrier. But look at Caden trying to go in. Unfortunately, beefs the bomb. Now the ball's in the hands of Kibblebites, who's going to be able to throw it loose or deep right into the hands of Cyclops guy. He beefs the goal, but doesn't matter. It kind of does. A Speaker is here trying to go for the pipe jump, and it doesn't matter because Danmar with the nastiest garden ever. Hello? Exer failing to get it in that goal. The entirety of Goblin Jacks is there to defend, and now it's Tomato Tom jumping forward, looking for an angle, going to be able to pass it over towards Caden, up in the sky, now tossing it back down over towards, I believe this is Tomato Tom, sorry, Danmar yet again.
Iterated, down a double air shot sack.
Oh my! He gets taken down. There's still no goal yet, folks. And now it's Exer coming in from the top rope, not quite able to let a slam dunk.
The defense is immaculate from both sides.
Oh, but the entirety of Goblin Jacks wipes there. Unfortunately, the spawners aren't in just, or not up at the right time. Will not be able to effectively mount a defense, and they are going to lose. This game is in favor of Assworms right now. For those wondering, we do have a player on the leaf here. I believe this is Cringy jumping forward, trying to defend the goal, and it does. I suppose you could say this works out in their favor. Not sure if the leaf strat worked out, but the defense does end up working. Caden going to be tossing it back over towards Tom. Not quite able to get it in, but now Speakers has the ball in hand, and Cringy intercepts. He walks forward. Nobody's home just yet. He's able to keep that ball in his hand, though, not dropping it for anyone. He's still alive as well. Not dead yet. Not down for the count. Tomato Tom looking for a pass potentially. Now I believe this is Caden with ball in hand, throwing it loose in mid as they have no HP. They can't really afford to go for anything. And now Kibble Bites with ball in hand, tossing it over towards Speakers. Speakers looking to pass it towards Xer. Xer has the ball, tossing it back over towards Cyclops. Air shot taken down. But wait a minute, Speakers is in deep, trying to prevent any plays from happening, and it's almost working, but he gets started. Cringy's going in, and he's able to get it! Oh my god, now 2-3, and the entirety of Assworms is wiping yet again. Xer gets guarded, Cyclops guy craters Caden. Oh my goodness, and I think Cringy tries to go for the leaf play again, but doesn't work out too well, and the ball does get put into the hands of Xer here. Cringy able to steal it, but not looking too great for the side of Assworms here as Caden is in deep, and he's able to get in to the goal for free. Now the score is tied up with 2 minutes left in the round. If someone is able to, or if any team is able to get 2 goals in a minute 50 here, this will be a pretty big miracle for them to get them on the board. I'm not sure what their protocol is for if they tie
No, the round resets here. The round resets. You got to get to 5.
Oh, okay. Well, that said, Tomato Tom trying to go in for that goal, but it's not going to work out. Caden trying to come in for that rebound, but also not working out for him. Cringy has ball in hand, just trying to delay as long as possible, but he pays the iron price for it and does die. Now it is Cyclops guy trying to go in, tossing the ball to the back right corner into the hands of Xer, and he's going to be able to find that chaos play and get that goal in. Now 4-3. It is match point for this round here, folks. A minute 15 rather until the round resets. And these teams need to get to 5 points. Kibblebite's going to die. Speaker's going to die here as well. But it's Xer in deep with the ball, and he's going to be able to convert that round into a win for Assworms. Now it is 1-1. This is the first round win we've actually seen converted from Assworms so far.
Finally feels like they're not going for those heroic plays anymore, those individual plays. They finally have a 3-pronged attack approach to these goal scorers from the side of Assworms Inc. Finally, everybody's showing up and doing their part.
Yeah, it's about time everybody starts, paying their fair share, but as I say that, Kibblebite tries to go in for a self-bomb. Doesn't work out too well. Cringy tries to walk it in through the left trench, but it's not going to work out. Tomato Tom is able to ride that surf right on in through the left side. Now into the hands of Caden, who's going in for a self-bomb, but he is going to get air shot by Speakers, and now it's all chaos. The ball's in the hands of Cyclops guy who's on the right side of the Assworm spawn, and now nobody has ball just yet. Speakers trying to lead that ball into the right trench. He goes in for the pipe jump. He's going to get air shot.
Oh, we got it extra time!
Xer, and he comes in from nowhere and finds that goal. Oh my god.
The thinnest of margins. Once, just a few milliseconds later, and that ball would have never gone to Xer. That is crazy. But Danmar with the breakaway! He got the breakaway! He saw it straight from Assworms Inc.
The panacea reply is not something you want to see if you are a teammate of Assworms, but ball spawns lower. At Speakers, he's just waddling in. They're trying to just do a little bit of rockets. Oh, my air shot! Tomato Tom says not today, but Xer comes...
Oh, wait. You got the ball off. Oh, no.
Wait a minute.
He has to find somebody.
Oh,
he has to find somebody about Kibblebite's set.
Kibblebite's Xer's in, though. Nobody's there to defend. The goal's just wide open. No spawners are up. So that is going to be another round reply from Assworms here. Now we're getting closer. This is what I meant by, this map is relatively solved by a lot of the pastime players. They know what they want to do here, so a lot more team plays coming in. Kibblebite's just able to take a panacea.
Great. Oh my gosh. I'll give you one panacea. I'll give you another one back, though, says Kibblebite. That is a great play by him. And he's giving his team the potential to break away here and get away with this map win.
Oh! Kibblebite ends up blowing up mid-air there. I'm not sure. Unfortunately, what that's about. Speakers was able to pipe the ball somehow. The ball does get knocked loose into the left side here, and now it is Caden just trying so hard to stay alive and apply as much pressure as possible with the limited amount of health he had left there. Speakers going in, a guard coming out from Tomato Tom. It's the ball getting thrown into the hands of Cringy. Not able to lock on to Danmar. He is going to be able to pick it up regardless of getting that rebound. Caden coming in. Caden against the world, not quite able to land. Unfortunately, Tomato Tom, ball in hand, tossing it up towards Cringy. Cringy going in for the pipe jump. He curves in hard left. Air shot by
goodness,
Gimblebytes.
this defense is crazy.
Goodness me. This defense from Assworms on Greenhouse is so much better than their defense on Maple. I just have to say it. And now it's going to be Xer coming in, not really going for the goal. They're actually going to be tossing it back towards Speakers, and Speakers is going to come in for the late bomb. Everybody's getting involved with that goal right there. All 4 players coming in to pressure and just absolutely be a menace to the rest of Goblin Jacks here. Cringy and Speakers both dying early, so no demos are in play for this initial ball fight. That said, the ball now in the hands of Cyclops Guy, who's going to be throwing it towards Speakers, curving deep left, going for the pipe jump, but is on 1 HP, ends up cratering, but not before he's able to try and throw it over towards Cyclops Guy, who's going to get intercepted, and now it's going to be another interception as they try to pass the Cringy, and Cyclops Guy has the ball again. Tomato Tom comes in and hits the garden, and now he's going to be able to throw it towards Cringy. Never mind, as Exter comes in and gets another interception and throws it right into the goal. The not sharp mind dropped in the chat. I think
Exclamation mark shart. Exclamation mark shart, everybody.
Exclamation mark shart. Exclamation mark shart in chat right now.
It's time.
Holy.
The demise of Assworms was short-lived.
Well, it's not too late to see Goblin Jacks come back here. I mean, as we say this, it's going to be Cringy going deep in the side of Assworms court here. Now Caden with ball in hand, tossing it over towards Tomato Tom, looking for another player to latch onto. Tomato Tom does get taken down by Speakers. Now it's Danmar looking for a garden. Not quite able to find anything. Cringy going to be dying as well. Now it's just soldiers up for the side of Goblin Jacks here. They go in, but nobody's home, and that goal is wide open. They're looking for anything, something. Now the ball in the hands of Speakers. Tries to go for the pipe jump, but he's juggled up and knocked away. Air shot taken down and everything. Danmar with ball in hand, not going forward, doesn't want to meet those spawners, and I believe this is Cringy coming in from the top rope on the right side, going for the pipe jump, but it's not going to matter because Caden is going to have that ball in his hand after the pass comes through. Ball gets knocked up loose in the left side, and now Assworms, Xer jumping forward with that ball. It's his world, man. It's his world right now. Greenhouse is his map, and I don't think anybody's questioning it.
This is crazy. The turnaround from Assworms after a disastrous first map on Maple, and now they're proving that they have what it takes to contest the Goblin Jacks. Now that they're on a more familiar territory with Cringy, he's got something else to say about that attack.
I don't think he's too happy about. I don't think he's too happy about Assworms getting so many goals.
He's got to carry Tomato Tom.
He's got to carry Tomato Tom.
He's the next Grandmaster in the making. They got to make room for a 5th person.
I think he already has Grandmaster roles, does he not?
No, he's just a master.
I gotcha. Well, I think after these displays, possibly going to be promoted to Grandmaster, provided he wins, most likely.
They better. Away with Sage.
Cringy able to pass it right side towards Tomato Tom, looking in for Caden. Trying to find anything here. Going to be passing it over towards Cringy, who goes for the pipe jump, but it is a little bit of a beef. Now, Tomato Tom coming in. Caden dead here, waiting to respawn just about now. And Cringy dies, but doesn't matter because Danmar is able to just curve around all of the enemy team. Doesn't matter where they are positioned and get that goal in. Goblin Jacks now finally in the lead for the first time in a little while. Might be a turnaround here. Ball does spawn from top, so I guess we'll see. Xer with the ball in hand, tossing it down towards Cyclops Guy. Ball going high, right side into Gimblebytes' arms. Oh, but it doesn't matter. It gets taken down, and now Danmar with ball in hand. The pass actually gets a little bit trolled by a pipe from Speakers. Speakers does get taken down for his obscene amounts of trolling, though. Ball does get thrown right side into the hands of Caden. Now tossing it over to the left into the arms of Danmar. Nobody's home, but it doesn't matter because they're able to air shot him and knock that ball neutral just in time.
Oh no, the ball turned neutral. Somebody knocked it into neutral status.
Danmar's got that ball in his hand, though. He was able to have it magnetized towards him. Now the ball locked onto Cringy, going in for the pipe jump on the right side, but it's kind of a beef. Now Danmar in with ball. He is going to get taken down here. Cringy going to be taking himself out, trying to go for that pipe jump, but does get bombed onto. It's very, very rough for the side of Goblin Jacks here. And it's Tomato Tom attempting to pass it forward. It actually does go through, going high, right side into the hands of Danmar. Danmar, you fiend!
Great work. My goodness, the attack is unrelenting from both sides, but only one can come out on top. And Danmar, he scored the last 2 goals for the Goblin Jacks. He's looking to string together a few more to seal the round for them.
Oh, and Cringy is just in deep, but it's an interception coming out from Exer. Maybe not the play they had anticipated coming out from the side of Goblin Jacks here. The ball now deep on the Goblin Jack side of the court in the hands of Speakers. Speakers doesn't quite find the window for the pipe jump, and it's actually going to be Cyclops guy getting body blocked as he tries to bomb forward. Cringy now walking into the Assworms part of the court. Ball in hand of Danmar here, trying to go for a dribble, but not going to work out. Tomato Tom not quite able to do anything here as well. Might be able to find a pick or two, but doesn't look like it. Exer, ball in hand.
Oh, no, they beat the Peppers.
Exer, is he able to get the goal? Yes, he is! He plays around that timing. Man, he knows the margins. Shart Army dropped in chat by Cyclops guy. Lot of Shart discussion going on in the pastime community. So I've seen. That said, Cyclops guy has that ball. He's playing on the right side, but it doesn't matter because Cringy's able to knock the ball out of his hand. Exer takes himself down. Now the ball is just loose on the right side of the Assworms court. Caden has the ball in hand, looking to pass it loose in the right trench, actually. Cringy now has the ball, and there's no room for a play right about now, but maybe they'll try and make something happen anyway. Tomato Tom just surfing on that ramp here. Tomato Tom gets taken down. Kibblebites is able to deny him, finding 2 actually, but Danmar is going to be able to get in there. The defense is just too fragmented. It's only 2 players defending as 2 players are pushing forward. They're just separated and they can't hold that goal.
It's just crazy. Kibblebites almost deconstructed that entire offensive play, but Danmar just playing spoiler every time. He's been on a tear right now for the Goblin Jacks. And he could score here, but he has to go against 2 people. No, he doesn't get the ball, though. He isn't able to steal that.
Yeah, unfortunately for the side of Goblin Jacks here, though, Cyclops guy's going to come in with an immediate response and actually manage to get a, I believe it's his... I don't even know how many goals that guy has at this point, but he has a lot. So, yeah, it's looking a little bit rough for Goblin Jacks right now, but if they are able to manage to get 1 more goal, which it looks like they're going to be able to do because it's Caden going in, air pipe, but it doesn't matter because he's not quite able to be stopped by Speakers. And now rounds are 2-2. This is the final round of the match on Greenhouse here. So whoever wins this will actually take home this map, and we'll determine if we see 4 maps earlier, if we go straight into what could possibly be the final map.
Well, either way, we will get to see the new map that was created by Owen, so I'm very excited for that, regardless of who wins or not. But Goblin Jacks, you're going to try to start off the offense, but all 4 players of Assworms, they're ready already for the defensive play here. They set up to block this attack from the Goblin Jacks, but the Goblin Jacks, they're going to take their time here. They're going to spread out these spawns, and one of the underrated parts about pastime is
oh my God, look at
spreading out
Danmar.
your spawns.
Danmar's just going in. He's so deep on the right side, and then Peyton comes in from the top rope, and then he's just able to catch that ball. It's right as it's in the middle of the air. He doesn't give a damn. He goes in and he takes that goal home. He says, I'm going to take this one home, whether you guys like it or not, and Goblin Jacks is going to win this match. That's what Caden is saying with that goal right there. But as, you know, we say that, Cyclops guy going to be able to find that pick on Danmar. Now the ball is in the hands of Speakers, but it doesn't actually matter because Speakers is going to get taken down, and so is Kibblebites, and now the ball is in the hands of Danmar. Looking to pass it over towards the right side. Caden with ball in hand yet again, doing a self-bomb here. Now a dribble now, actually, it looks like. Curving around, not quite for it just yet. Able to kill a bunch of players, but it's a mid-air from Exer, reading Cringy like a book. And now Kibblebites with ball in hand, trying to get forward and get that ball into the goal. Nobody's home on the side of Goblin Jacks, and they're just able to score for free and get a round on the board, now tying it up 1-1 in this final map.
the sudden death right now between these two teams. This will decide whether Goblin
Check
Jax is
out
up
Cringy on
2-0
Leaf, though.
or Assworms will be able to tie up the map scoreline. We have one on Leaf that is Double Man and Cringy, and it's going to go straight to him.
Oh,
and they're
he's
going to go
just
for
in.
the fast break. And no, when you least expect it, finally the Leaf strat from Cringy will work and pay off in dividends.
Oh, man. Yeah, that dude's laughing all the way to the bank right now. I think that's what's happening. He's got a money bag over his shoulder, giant cartoon money bag with a $sign on it, and he's laughing all the way to the bank. That's what just happened after he scored.
We're in a pandemic right now. I gotta say that.
Yeah, it definitely seems like it. Kibble Bites is going to get taken down. Xer with ball, now also going to be taken down by Speakers. Ball is still loose on the side of Goblin Jack's court, the right side specifically. Now the ball going towards the left side. Caden kind of just leading that in, and it doesn't matter if he gets stopped or not because nobody's home to defend, and that's going to be another free goal.
Where is the Assworms that we saw at the start of this map? They look completely lost, and they're just not getting anything going on right now.
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I couldn't tell you. But as we say this, you know, it's Caden with the ball in hand again, doing a dribble, just able to walk forward. Now 4-1 in favor of Goblin Jacks here. They have locked in. They've decided they don't want to lose this map. They want to get as much of an advantage, as much momentum as they can. Maybe they took a little mental reset between one of those rounds, you know. Time may tell. It's an attempted garden coming out from the side of, I believe that was Caden there. Excuse me, I'm yawning.
No worries, you're fine, but look at how well the Goblin Jacks spread their spawns. They always have 4 up for situations just like this.
Caden tosses that ball over for Tomato Tom. And Goblin Jacks, ladies and gentlemen, and friends in between, whatever you want to be, that's going to be Goblin Jacks is taking home Greenhouse here. Now up 2-0 in the map series. Definitely a lot closer than what we likely imagined this map would be, and definitely a lot more intriguing to see compared to the Maple game, where it was just kind of a Goblin Jack stomp across the board.
But you know what I'm excited for? I'm excited to see 01608's map. Woo-hoo-hoo! We're finally going to the next map. You know what this is like? It's like Christmas morning when you open up a present and you're not sure what's actually inside of it. Hopefully I am treated to a gift here because we are now on Man Damm, map made by 01608, and we'll be seeing one of its first debuts in competitive pastime. Let's see. I'm looking at the layout of the map.
Oh.
And it reminds me, it looks a lot like Stadium, minus the medic boost and the speed boost in the middle. It strikes a lot like Stadium to me.
Yeah. When I initially looked at it, I got a lot of an arena kind of vibe. That is
it's like the Rome Coliseum. It's like the Rome Coliseum, but make it Stadium.
But
what's this? What are these straws for? Are these like where the... So you can tear apart the ball. So if we want to go over to where normally you would do the reset, like these buttons where you would do the reset, apparently a unique feature of this map is instead of it pushing the ball towards the middle point, it's actually going to go out through these straws here. It's like a little tunnel where the ball goes up and out, and it resets into the... Wow, that's actually a pretty unique way. It's a pretty unique way of introducing a reset into the map. So there's just straws? Yes. Okay, I see how it is. Okay, so it introduces a new different variable to the gameplay of Pastime, Zach. And it can throw people in a loop because once it goes out these straws, it's every man's game. It's not going to go straight to the middle. It's going to go out these straws, and depending on where you are, you may find yourself the lucky winner of a pastime jack in your hand.
Possibly, but that also begs the question, how much use will these tubes actually get in a game about as fast paced and hectic as we've seen between these two teams? Maybe it'll get a rare use in the.
We will see the rare use. I think one of the things that makes this unique is that when you're playing a new map like this on the show matches, it gives a lot of good feedback because it's really hard to force players to try new maps, right? Outside of pugs. So to have it played in a show match like this gives you a lot of time to gather feedback and a lot of evidence, to fix stuff about the map. Like, for example, we'll see how the straws actually affect the gameplay, how impactful it will be. But that time will only tell because these teams want to get ready and revving. We got all players in the server right now. They're waiting to ready up. They want to get going on this map, but as a viewer here, the only thing that I want to see is how OP will demos be on this map because I see a trimp. I see a few trimps towards the spawn, but I don't know exactly the win strat for this map. And there's always a win strat for every pastime map. So curious to see how it'll go. Zach, this is gonna be a bit of a tosser for us. We're not exactly sure what's gonna happen.
This is definitely gonna be an interesting, a very interesting map. I mean, again, I'm just not sure if the straws will see too much practical use. I do think that, yeah, we're probably going to see a lot of straw use just because it's a new thing. People want to mess around with it and see how well it affects the flow of the gameplay. At the same time, though, I think we're going to see a lot of blunders with these straws if the teams, try and experiment with them too much. Because, I mean, if you're Goblin Jacks right now, your objective is kind of, we need to win this show match, but at the same time, we need to test out the map. And,
correct.
They're kind of caught between a rock and a hard place here. They don't really have the opportunity to mess around with these straws as much as Assworms would. Granted, Assworms does need to win this map to actually continue playing the show match, because if they lose this, they lose the series. It is a best of 5, and we are on the 3rd map. So it'll be a bit interesting to see, how they want to go about navigating these straws. But time will tell. Yeah, time will tell. So we just have to wait on these teams here. They're up. I mean, they got all 8 in the server, 4 on each team. Looks like they're all just messing around with movement. And this is definitely another more open map compared to some of the other ones I've known. Definitely going to be beneficial for Cringy here, especially with all these possible trimp locations I'm seeing, because, man, there are so many.
Well, I will predict it now. I hope that the Goblin Jacks do win it out, just so that we can all go to bed, play some pastime pugs after this. But if Assworms win, I won't mind, because that means we'll have a competitive show match on our hands, and then we'll potentially have maybe even this series will go to all 5 maps, Zach, but it's hard to commentate pastime, but I'll tell you that. It's really hard to cast a full best of 5 of pastime because there's so much non-stop action that you have to rattle off like an auctioneer is how I would say it.
Well, that's my specialty.
It is your specialty. You always get those comments about you, man.
Hey, man, I gotta do it. It's second nature, man. I see all that stuff happening at one time. I gotta go. I gotta like spit fire it out. You know what I mean? It gets so bad that like I have to like stop after like a couple minutes. I have to just like chug down a whole bottle of water. It's so much talking in like such a short span of time. But that said, we've got the first mid going live here. Kibblebites is very weak already, but so is Tomato Tom. Cyclops Guy going to be dying early, and so is Kibblebites as well. Now Speaker is the last man standing. Possibly going to be tossed to Danmar, standing on top of one of the straw entrances, but I don't think it matters because Cringy tries to go in, and he baits the first pass, and is actually able to completely play around their defense and gets it for free.
That is a crazy trim. The middle stairs gave Cringy so much speed, but obviously, like you said, he pump faked it. And now, as we're saying, they're going to start on the offense, and we finally see the reset on one of the straws very early on this map, and hasn't seemed to affect.
Look at Caden. coming in from the top right, is able to get a goal instantly. It's been less than a minute, and we've already seen 2 goals come out from Goblin Jacks.
What is Jack armored?
3, 2, 1.
I see. Yeah, I see. Okay. I see. Okay, here we go. Danmar getting it off the straw, going to try to throw it to Caden, but it gets turned neutral by a splash rocket from the other side. So now Xer is going to be on the opposite end of the map, but gets intercepted by Tomato Tom. Nah, it does get spooned, but is able to get the pass off the speakers. So now going to throw it to Danmar, and everybody's getting involved in the offense, but it's not going to result in the goal for the Goblin Jacks.
Yeah, Goblin Jacks is not able to find the timing or the opening there. Unfortunately, the entire team of Assworms was there to stop them from scoring. Kibblebites is able to take that ball and put it into the hands of Xer, who's able to take it over to Cyclops guy and put that hatchet underground. They're able to finally get a point on the board, putting their name out there for this map, responding. 1 goal in 1 minute compared to 2. Okay, well, never mind. I'm sorry. My fault. My fault. Sorry, game. I didn't mean to curse them. Well, unfortunately for Assworms here, they immediately got a response from the Goblin Jacks, which is going to make it a lot hard, and it might be another Panacea. Oh, Tomato Tom beats it!
Just a bit too short. Just a bit too short.
Tomato Tom, unfortunately, does not get that goal. Now Cyclops guy going in deep. Is there enough defense, though, to protect the goal? Kibblebites coming in from the top left, now passing it over to Xer, and there is not enough defense. It is not strong enough. Xer is able to find the chaos, find the window to get in to the goal here and give the Assworms a reply.
Ooh, there we go. Cringy gonna surf off that rocket, getting the ball from the bottom spawn, and then is gonna just score right off the bat.
Yeah.
There we go, Cringy.
I mean, this is what I mean about Cringy's demo. This is why a lot of people want him. He's able to recognize so many movement opportunities that a lot of other players would miss. And as I say that, look at what Cringy's doing right now.
Again?
He picks up the ball. He knows he's uncontested on the right lane. He trims up through the right lane. He surfs over the little glass window, and he's just able to take that ball straight on into the goal. And that is going to give Cringy and Goblin Jacks as a whole their first actually full round on the board. Now,
it is our first round on Mandem. Needless to say, I'm impressed by the map. Plays out pretty well.
Yeah, I'm very, very impressed by this map. Cyclops guy actually going to be able to get in, dropping a not wrecked bind as well. I mean, ooh, it's looking rough for Goblin Jacks on this first mid here. Caden is going to be going down here. Cringy does have the ball in hand, doing the same thing he did last round. That's the exact same thing he did last round that got his team that round win. That's just really strong right there. I mean, what else is there to say about it besides that's just good intuition, knowing that you can jump that. Cringy trying to caber jump up and grab that ball, but it is actually going to get stolen away. I believe that was Danmar, now Caden with the ball in hand, but everybody's going to be going down on the side of Goblin Jacks here. It's just Tom. Speakers tossing it top left into the hands of Xer, who's going right side. Not quite able to get it in, though. The timing is not there, but it's a steal from Speakers. He's walking towards the goal. I don't know if he's
just taking their sweet time.
Oh my god, and Cyclops guy is unfortunate, or yeah, I guess unfortunately for Goblin Jacks here, is able to find that goal and give themselves a 1-point lead. But as I say that, Caden with the ball in hand, tossing it back over towards Tomato Tom, looking for another opening, who's going to give it to Cringy. Cringy throwing it right side here. Ooh, air shot coming out from Cyclops guy, though. Danmar tries to go for the interception, but it's not quite there.
That was
the entire team.
Cyclops. He just did it all by himself, man.
The entire team, Goblin Jacks, went to go fight Danmar instead of defending, and they just left their goal wide open. What a nice play from Kibblebites there, by the way. I'm not sure if that got picked up on cast, but
I saw
that was some nice movement, nice rockets as well. Now Danmar, ball in hand, looks for an angle, is actually going to get taken down by Cyclops guy, and I believe his attempted pass got knocked neutral. Cringy has the ball, though, and I don't know if he's going to waddle it or if he's going to throw it. He's going to throw it over to Caden. Caden is going to get taken down, so the ball's now knocked loose on the right side of the Assworm spawn. Cringy tries to get in, but he eats a couple fat rockets. Not sure from who, but he is going to get taken down. Out is extra going in.
He tried to sink the rockets, but just wasn't enough. But Cyclops, he's going to try to pass it off to Speakers, and Speakers is going to go for this pipe jump, but is not able to get it off to anybody. He just didn't get enough distance with that jump. And he tried to pass it off to somebody, but everybody around him was dead.
Oh, and the reset comes out too. Kibblebite's trying to reach it. A nice, at the same exact time, rocket jump coming out from Kibble and Caden there. Unfortunately, Kibblebites is going to bite the dust. And that's going to be the ball going forward towards the right side. Tomato Tom now on the left, curving all over the place. Cringy is on top of the point here. Caden with the ball in hand. It doesn't even matter because that ball is going to get, that goal is going to get stopped by Cyclops. But the goal from Cyclops is going to get stopped by Danmar, and now it's Tomato Tom on the left side, tossing it over to the right with Caden going in, now tossing it over to Danmar yet again, and he comes in from the top rope and throws it right on into the goal. It's 2-3 still in favor of Assworms.
Just kept them guessing, wondering who was actually going to commit with the goal after getting the pass, man. It was the third person, Danmar, who finally committed, and he got that goal quite easily. But Speakers with a breakaway does get that goal. They could get their first round here finally, Assworms.
Yeah, Assworms might finally be able to find themselves a little round here. These maps are pretty much entirely experimental for both teams, but look at Tomato Tom here getting in through that initial ball fight, able to just snag it away, but I don't think it matters because Speakers is actually going to get taken down here. Danmar has the ball in hand, going to be tossing it over towards Tomato Tom, but it's actually going to go into the hands of Caden. Now Tomato Tom coming in the bottom of the barrel with no HP, anything to his name, going to be able to use one rocket and just get on right into the goal. Yeah.
Girl guys, they got to answer back. I want to see something out of Assworms.
Well, and then look at Cyclops guy right here. Might be getting a goal for his team. Possibly lining up a play here, but it doesn't look like it. Kibblebite's beefing the jump into the ball, but the ball is knocked all loose on the left side of the Goblin Jack spawn here. Tomato Tom has to go contest this ball, prevent Exer from passing it forward towards Kibblebite's, but Kibblebite's beefs.
Oh, no!
Oh, no. They beef the bomb. Now Exer.
He's going to get it back. Finally, it ends up in the Goblin Jack's hands, and it's going to go up to Tom.
It's in the hands of Tomato Tom. Cringy has ball. He's looking for someone to give it to. Now in the hands of Danmar, who's curving in on the right side, and he jumps straight back over. It's match point here for the second round. If either team wins this, they will get a round on the board. If Assworms wins this, they will get their first round. If Goblin Jacks wins this, they'll get their second, and might be aiming to close it out here as Kibblebites passes it over towards Exer on the right side, but Exer, I don't know if that's a beef or if that's an intended play, but Cringy comes in. What a trimp! There's nobody home to defend.
The waves are good today, man.
Oh my god!
Oh man, who else with Cringy? Who else with Cringy, Zach?
Oh my god!
Begins in 10 seconds.
You can't see it, but my jaw just unhinged. It dropped to the floor. Like that was insane. I just have to say that was insane. Cringy, ball in the right trench. Tosses it up over top of the point here, just trying to knock it loose and delay as long as he can. Kibblebite's trying to go for a goal, maybe. Oh, no, he tries to throw it into the straw, but
it's an individual play. It needs to coordinate together.
They're playing too isolated, it feels like, on the side of Assworms, and they actually beef. Yeah, it's a shark goal right there. It's going to be Kibblebite's actually able to salvage it, though, and find an early goal in the first 30 seconds here, which is a little bit of momentum that Assworms can use to kind of ride off of and make something happen with this coming ball fight. But as I say, that Cyclops guy and Exer are both going to be taken down. The ball's knocked loose onto the right side of the Assworm spawn, and there's nobody home to defend. No spawners are up in time. Cringy is just able to walk forward through the right trench and take it home. Oh, air shot.
Air shot onto Cyclops guy. Ball's about to spawn in a second, but the HP is so much better for the Assworms. And unfortunately, we're going to lose Caden very early, and Xer has a chance to get a score here.
Xer actually off to toss it towards Speakers as he's about to die, but it doesn't matter. Ball now in the hands of Danmar, who's going to be tossing it towards Caden, who's looking to toss it towards Tomato Tom, now back left of their spawn. It's in going towards Danmar right now, who's bouncing off of the straw right now. He tosses it straight downward into the hands of Cringy, who tosses it over to the right side into the hands of Tomato Tom. Nobody's there to goal. Nobody's there to guard the goal, and Tomato Tom is able to find that free point for Goblin Jacks here, but he will spawn a little late to this ball fight. Cringy actually gets taken down, but look at Caden. Is this a panacea? No, it is not. It actually gets denied. The ball is knocked pretty deep into the court of Assworms, though. Cringy is just kind of deep in their spawn as well, almost able to find the angle to goal there. Danmar just going in for a double darted. Hello? Somebody stop him. Caden is coming in from the top rope as well, doing a little dribble, and the goal's wide open. He's whacking everybody with the spoon. He doesn't care anymore. And that's going to give Goblin Jacks a 2-round lead. This is looking rough for Assworms here. They have to get some rounds on the board. They need to start scoring and stepping up their defense game a little bit, or maybe just, wiping everybody. But as I say that, Cringy's just waddling forward for free. Now Tomato Tom coming in from the top right, able to stall out his surf, though, not carry that momentum all the way through. Caden tossing it up towards Danmar. Danmar's making it 4-1. This is match point, ladies and gentlemen. This is match point right now. So if Goblin Jacks is able to take home this next goal, that'll end the series, and they will leave this draft cup the winners. Oh my goodness, Caden gets the air shot right away onto Cyclops guy. Is going to get taken down in revenge for it, though. But a nice little dribble coming out from Tomato Tom. A little double dribble, I would say, even. He comes up to the top rope. Not quite able to get the goal. Cringy tries to go in for the steal, but it's not quite there. Now the ball in the hands of Speakers. Tossing it up to the left. And that's going to be Caden trying to go in for the interception, but it's not quite there. A little dribble coming out from the side of Xer, and it's a steal from Tomato Tom. Able to toss it towards Danmar. He's waddling right here. Oh, the Hail Mary rocket saves it. Cringy's in, trying to get the steal, but he's interception. Cringy! He tosses it towards Tomato Tom. Tomato Tom tries to dribble. He actually launches it into the straw. Tomato Tom jumping up now, tossing it into the other straw. This is some crazy straw. He's like, Cringy gets it through the legs of the entirety of Assworms. And that is going to be Goblin Jacks walking away from this draft cup with a clean 3-map sweep. Well, I shouldn't say clean. It did look like Greenhouse was a little bit iffy, but man, they worked some magic on the first and second maps. I can tell you that much.
I gotta say, those shows are actually pretty unique because it throws the defense into disarray, because you usually get a feel for when you need to stop the goal on and off timing. But when you give that little extra or two to reset and coordinate a second handoff, I like it. I'm actually a pretty big fan of the straws. There were times where we took them to score, but instead of a dribble, they would just throw it into the straw and hand it off to somebody else.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting a kind of play like that, where they would throw it into a straw and then have somebody jump up, throw it into the other straw, and then have somebody jump up and take that, falling ball and just, take that chaos that's creating, because that's a pretty novel concept. I think this is one of the only maps, if not the only map, that has a feature like this, that it creates some necessary chaos, especially when you're, all 4 players are on one side of the court trying to fight for who has possession of the ball, who is able to get it into the goal. That's interesting. I feel like that could be added to more maps if it's, executed correctly. And I think,
don't give Bobby Joe any more ideas, man. No,
hey man, this might be something we need. This might be something that becomes a staple. It adds a little extra stalemate breaker. We won't see constant one-on-one feeding fights like we saw in Greenhouse.
Well, Zach, that puts an end to our coverage of the passtime.tf Showmatch. I got to shout out our membership, shout out to our Patreon, shout out to our Twitch Prime subs. Please subscribe to us. We were able to use our funds to get to LAN and do some interviews and photo taking at the recent RGL LAN, and we're going to try to do it again at the next and up-and-coming LAN. So, thank you all for funding us. Please subscribe if you can. Shout out Zach before we head off into the sunset. Well, there is no sunset because right now it's nighttime in the East Coast, but
Well, it might be sunset for some people. I mean,
Pacific,
personally,
yeah.
yeah, Pacific time. It'll be sunset. I think we are rating out. We're going to Legal TV, so stay
Vámonos!
tuned. Stay tuned if you wanna. I'm not. What are they covering right now?
South American League Sixes right now, I think. Brazil Fortress.
Brazil Fortress.
Quick, go
Ooh.
raid them, guys.
All right.
Go watch them. Good night. Bye.
Good night, everybody.